What's up everybody, Pete with Auto Repair Tips. In this video I got a 2020 Chevrolet with a 5.3. The customer was driving along, said the check engine light popped on, the car was driving funny, so he brought it to me to look at. And of course it's like going to the doctor. You know, you go in to see the doctor, you're sick, he takes your temperature and says nothing wrong, here's some Tylenol and go home. Well, that might be the case in this. I got in the car, drove it around, no check engine light, and the car drives perfect. So I might have to tell this guy to take some Tylenol and come back and see me later on. But before I do that, what we're going to do is we're going to hop in it. I'm going to throw the scanner on it. We're going to see if there are any history codes, and I'll check the freeze frame data to see if there's anything in there. So let's get into it. All right, let's get this thing up and running. We'll get the scanner going. It's a 2020 Chevy Silverado. All right. Do the automatic ID. 5.3, hit OK. I'm going to do a complete engine scan on this thing. I'm going to do a pre-scan. Brake system control. Man, my contacts are jacked up today. I can't read crap. Throw these bitches away. Brake system control, that's cleared. It's history, it's a history. Power steering control module, that's a history code. So there is nothing in here so far. Under the engine, it looks like anyway. 15 modules scanned so far. We're almost done. All right, so there's 16 modules in this thing, it looks like. And out of all 16, it's got a history, a history, OBD2, brake system, brake pressure solenoid. I talked to the guy and he said that his wife was driving it. And I spoke to her just about 10 minutes ago and she said it was just like shuddering. She said it felt like a transmission almost. So let's do this. Let's go in the transmission. Let's look at any codes in there. All right, no codes in that. Freeze frame records. Let's go look and see anything in the freeze frame. No codes in there. All right, let's go back to the engine. Right now I'm in the freeze frame data on the engine side. The transmission had nothing in it. I'm going to see if this has anything in it. So this did have something in it. Let's see. You had to bear with me today a little bit. Like I said, it's kind of hard seeing here for some reason. Let's see. Accelerator pedal was at 19.2. Air temperature was 68. Coolant was 194. The map sensor was 30.1, that's within specs. I have seen though a map sensor before, like in where we're located at, usually 29 point something to 30 is good. If you're on the West Coast, that number is going to not be the same as the East Coast. Just remember that. Depends on where you are in the United States, that number is going to change. Long term was a negative, short term was a negative, only 2 point and 3 point. The ambient air temperature was 68. Intake air temperature was 147. O2 was 1.2. O2 was 1.2. Catalytic was 650. I don't see anything that jumps out at me. Not anything that's gonna, you know, coincide with what she's talking about. Let's look at some data. Let's do engine misfire data. See if anything's misfiring right now. Or was there even a history on misfire? Zeros across the board. Let's see, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. For the current misfire is all zeros. The history is all zeros. 1, 3, 5, 7 for current is zeros. And 1, 3, 5, 7 history is zeros. Let's see here. Nothing. All right, what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this thing for a longer test drive, see can I duplicate the problem. If I can't duplicate it, we'll just chalk it up to a glitch somewhere and I'll issue her some Tylenol like your doctors do and tell her to take it. And if she starts feeling bad again, bring it back and we'll look at it. All right, let's go for a ride. So I've been driving the car for a little while now. Absolutely perfect. No check engine lights, shifts fine, no shimmies, no shutters, no nothing. So it's crazy how many times a customer will bring me a car, they got a check engine light, it's not driving right or just, you know, not shifting, just whatever the complaint could be at the time. I'll get in the car and drive it and absolutely perfect. Can't find anything. Check engine light's not on, the car drives fine, no misses, no nothing. Normally in a situation like that, I'll bring it back to the shop like I did today and throw the scanner on it. And at this time I didn't see anything. But sometimes I've actually seen it where it'll be like a misfire on cylinder number 1 or 2. You know, recommendation would be replace a coil. But you know, you just don't want to be a parts changer. You know, you want to fix the guy's problem. So a situation like that, I'm not going to throw a coil on a car. If I can't confirm it and I can't test that coil and confirm that coil's bad, I'm not throwing a coil on it. Because you know, a misfire, we'll talk about a misfire. A misfire could be anything from a bad coil to a boot, to a spark plug, to a low compression, to a fuel injector, to lack of air. I mean, it could be a number of things that cause that misfire. So you just don't want to replace parts. That's kind of like throwing money out the window. In a situation like this, I'll probably just take the car, give it back to the customer, and I won't even charge them a dime. When you do things like that, you know, you make repeat customers because they know that you're looking after them and you have their best interest. But what I tell her is when she picks the car up, drive the car. If the light comes on and you're out and you have the capability of coming by my shop while you're out, stop by and don't cut the car off. At that time, I'll be able to walk out there and throw the scanner on it, and maybe it'll give me a direction to go in. And by doing that, you'll be surprised how many times we'll actually fix the car because the customer, while they're driving it, the light will come on and they'll just say, hey, let me take it out right quick. You know, sometimes that's the only way to handle it. So I know this wasn't the most exciting video, but it gives you kind of a look at what we go through during the day when we're diagnosing vehicles, the things that we have to go through. It's real life, you know, it's not fake. This is what we actually go through. I'm not the only shop that goes through this. Hundreds of shops, thousands of shops every day go through the same situation. And it gets a little aggravating sometimes, but we deal with it, right? All right, that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Catch you later.